Yeah, if I didn't work a regular job and this was the only thing that I was doing, I'd be on time every day. But unfortunately, there are other matters that I attend to frequently. And I'm just a busy, and then sometimes not busy and just bad at keeping track of time person. Tragically, I do the best with the way I'm built right now. It's not perfect, and in a lot of ways it's really bad, but I'm just out here trying. Decided to get Unicorn Overlord. I think I put that one on my short list. It seems like it could be pretty fun, but I don't actually remember. No, you don't get to run away. I'm about to take a bunch of these guys' lunch money. Nice, we got a double. Ability, we want penny pinchers, and we defend. Nice. Not nice. Nice. An extra 90 on top of the 630 there. That's a good start. I do have to heal him, however. He got hurt real bad. Alright, Goldmans. Come on out. It's your time to shine, literally. If they're made of lunch money, do I take their lunch money or lunch? I would still be taking their lunch money, I'm pretty sure. What did you just ask? Does that even make sense to you? What did you just ask me? Come on, pinch those pennies. Thank you. If the lasagna is cold, oven pan the hot. Are you having a stroke? Do you need emergency medical assistance? Oops. Damn it. I only get one pinched penny on these guys. Oh, I should attack again. Ouch. Oh, I get a second one. Nice. Just in case he happens to do that again. He won't. No one would know it for like 3 days. I'm pretty sure that you not having contact, I'm pretty sure I would figure it out pretty quickly. If you weren't here for stream tomorrow, I would figure it out very swiftly. That's a lie. She lives in a basement. There are people upstairs. Right, but just because they wouldn't look doesn't mean that somebody wouldn't figure it out before 3 days. I fucking almost figured it out instantly because of the way you were typing in my chat. You think that's not observable in some fashion? Oh, we got a triple. Let's go. Oh, they're paying up too. Let's go, dude. Excellent. I'm at 5 out of 5. Are we bringing this one home? Oh my goodness. 6 out of 6 penny pinches. What are the odds? Probably still not as bad as the odds to win that stupid fucking gambling thing, but that's pretty cool. I'm actually kind of curious. I feel like Penny Pincher might have like coin flip odds, which means like 6 heads in a row is actually a pretty unlikely probability. So on that little stint, I made 4K. Ugh. You know, it's actually not... Oh, wait, and this place is really expensive to sleep at, isn't it? How much do you charge? 200. No. That's more than 6 gold golem penny pinches. No thanks. Let me try to... Let's take a look at the pot. I kind of want this to be a little targeted. So I want to try to prioritize making sure I am focusing on things that I think would be valuable to have. Like a zombie slayer and an uber warhammer, maybe? And getting the items that would justify being able to make those. Walt has a zombie bane, and I have a warhammer, so I have those items. The problem is committing a holy talisman and a mighty armlet, because strength ring, titan belt, leather kilt, strength ring. And I only have 1 strength ring, and I don't think I've seen a place where I can buy them yet. So do I commit my only mighty armlet to the cause of an uber warhammer or not? Maybe not. Maybe we skip that one. The zombie slayer holy talisman. That's tough guy tattoo, holy water, gold rosary. Tough guy tattoo, gold rosary. I have 3 gold rosaries still, and a tough guy tattoo. But those gold rosaries... Full moon ring. Go with other things. I technically haven't done this one, but I know what it makes. It makes a holy lance. I would want it for completion's sake, but I don't care. Well, maybe they don't go with anything else then. Just the full moon ring. Yeah. So maybe we could justify sacrificing the holy talisman. To get the upgraded zombie bane. Okay. Wizard staff, rune staff. Rune staff I don't have yet. We're still waiting on one of those. Okay. Holy Silver Rapier. Devil's Tail, Wing of Bat. Where are those at? Devil's Tail. See, I only have one of these. And I need... Let's do this. Let's do this tonight. I want like 6 of these. And 6 of these. Let me see if I can hunt those down. I think... Monster list. All... I wonder if the gold nugcat is alive again. So the water enemies. Let me just scan through this. The Robo-Robins drop iron nails. Steel broadsword. Those also drop iron nails. How many of those? Wow, I got both of these things drops in 7 defeats. That's crazy. Iron nails, gold bracers. Okay. The Red Tail Hipsters drop Wing of Bat. Where have I been getting Devil Tail from? Where did I get a devil tail from? Plain cheese. Did I find it in a chest or something? I know I didn't buy it. Mini demons are also Wing of Bat. Those would be easier to murder. I wonder if the mini demons also happen to drop devil tails. Bunny tail. Yeah, okay. And I remember where the mini demons were. Well, actually, let me see where it lists them. Demon family, mini demon. Pick'em region, yeah. Okay. That's not where I wanted to go. I have a plan. Part 1 of plan is sleep until evening to get MP back. And I think the mini demons come out at night. I did the wrong thing. Well, I'm not paying again. Money doesn't grow on trees. For now. Do I have skill points? Angel's Falcon Slash? Oh, there's a stainless steel sickle. That's interesting. What a Ruru. Yes. Hey. What are you doing? Why are you messing with my stairs? There's one there already. What are you doing? Oh, there's 4 of them. Okay. So, for the most part, I'm just gonna toss this on. And yeah, this doesn't even cost MP. We're just gonna sit here. We're gonna sit here and get beat on by these guys until I take all their shit. Okay, I guess they die in 1 hit, which is fine. It won't take that long to get through the encounter then. Let's see if they drop anything at the end as well. Rough. Wow. He lives to attack another day. Okay, we got a wing. Kind of already knew that they dropped wings, though. Hoping to see something else. It'd be kind of crazy if I could steal their wing or their tail, but I'm like still gonna keep going for it. Because I think it would be kind of funny. I'm gonna check in on how many of them I've actually killed really quick. $66. Wow. Almost feels like I'm being a little mean. It's also kind of wild to me that this game doesn't implement something that other games did, which is after a certain number of kills, it just revealing to you what they drop so that you know. Or I guess maybe it does do that and it's like just at an astronomical number of kills. That's also certainly possible. What if it's like, oh yeah, you killed 100 of these? Fine, you can know what they dropped if they never dropped it. It's kind of crazy how bad the drop rate even is. Especially when I'm taking a specific action that I assume and hope is modifying the drop rate in some way. Where I'm like actively trying to steal and farm from them. The fact that it's so hard to get even the item that I know that they drop is kind of crazy. Like, what is it, a 5% drop rate or lower? Why is this wing so rare? And I suppose that answer is probably partially because there are other enemies that drop it, and maybe the intention is that they stay rare so that you're... Oh, well, this sucks. So that you're kind of steadily making progress on stuff and not able to just get through it all right away, but that annoys me. No. Not here to fight you, little gorilla guy. I want the mini demons. And I want one of their gall darn tails. Ooh, he learned Kaswoosh. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm going in on swords, I think. I'm going for that crit rate. I think that's the jam. A Knight of the Sun. $11 and $9. 6 skill points to be at 16. Getting her able to equip swords might actually be worth it. In a weird way. I do wonder what sudden death does. I assume it's just a... She's probably not going to learn whack or thwack, so maybe that's an option for her there. But I don't know. 12, 25, Serpent's Bite. I also want to figure out what that ability does, so I'm going to probably just put into this for now. What is... It's not a field spell. It's an ability. Okay. Very strange. We'll figure out what it does. I wonder if it's an MP restoring ability. Blessing from the heavens that restores a single party member's HP. Ah. For no MP. So it's a free heal. That you can only use in battle. And she needs a staff equip. Well, we're going to try it out. We're going to equip this. And we're going to use it and see how much it heals for. Whoa! 85 hit points for free? That's pretty good. Damn it. I gotta be around 80 of these guys dead now. I'm just gonna... 84. Alright, I'm killing 100 of them. The game will either drop me whatever this super rare item is, or in another scenario, maybe at least tell me what it is that they drop if it won't show me. Or if it won't give it to me. Alright, that's 87. The very first encounter when I came out here, I got 4 of these little nerds, and now I can't seem to get that again. I'm sad. Okay, that's 90. I swear the game knows. It knows that it can't give up its secrets to me, even though I long for them. I yearn. Please, game, teach me. Show me the path. Oh my god. Okay. 2 more. 93. 94. No drop. Like I said, I actually would take the bat wings too. I don't even... Okay, this is a little better. I don't even like... It's fine. 95. 96. 97. Nothing. All right. This is the big 100. Well, game. Absolutely insane to me. So you just got to get the drop. That's gnarly. That is a gnarly... nasty grind. Oh shit, she can never work with it. No, Yangus, why? I'm just gonna kill a few of these guys. Oops. A few of these guys the old-fashioned way. I don't really care about the steel sickle. Get crit, nerd. There's a decent chance that these guys could also drop a Devil's Tail. Because look at them. They're called lesser demons. There's also a sick part of me that is wondering if I can test my theory with these guys. My theory is that 20 kills reveals how many items they drop, just not what. Because right now it's question marks on the right, and I've only got 12 defeats. So I'm going to try to check again when we get to 20. If they haven't dropped what they dropped, or a thing they dropped. So fingers crossed. That was 2 more, so we're at 14. Oops. I ran right past him for a second there. I think this game legitimately can tell when you're trying to find and hunt specific enemies. Nice. Still got him. Thank goodness. So that's 18. And they still haven't dropped anything. Oh no, that's 20. I lost count of 2 of them somewhere in there. And now it's shifted. So yeah, I think it is. I think it's 20 kills, and then it'll show you that they... I mean, it seems like every monster has 2 drops is the weird thing about that, but like... That's when it shows up. I believe in Yangus's ability to fight through the blind. He actually did. I was kind of curious if maybe there was some mechanic with Steel Sickle where if it just killed an enemy outright that it wouldn't... Occasionally allows you to steal enemies from those who you slash. It shouldn't matter. But it occasionally feels like maybe it's 1% of the time. Or less. Because I don't know if I've ever actually seen it work. It's unclear to me if an enemy drops an item at the end of the encounter, if that can be a result of using Steel Sickle or not. It could be. It could be. It could just be that the Steel Sickle prompts the drop at the end instead of giving a unique prompt mid-fight. I'm just kind of waiting for it to feel like it's worked at some point so that I can analyze it at that point. So like theoretically it did work on the mini demons that I was fighting because one of them dropped a wing at one point. Like you could argue that maybe that's the effect of Steel Sickle in practice. And I that's like the best I can hope for. However, the other thing that I'm kind of considering alongside of that is I think I'm gonna rush Stainless Steel Sickle on Yangus. I really do. So I think it'll come in handy for doing the alchemy pot, and he's the only person who. Oh my god! All dazzle and 2 poison. Fucking awesome, man. Jesus. So I have some theories, for sure. I think the most interesting ones are unlikely. Tragically. Ugh, these guys are so annoying to fight repeatedly. Party-wide dazzle. God damn it. Yang is gonna be blinded for an entire year. Because that motherfucker just can't dodge this shit. Okay, he just did that time, but he hasn't been. It's not my fault he decided to do it right when I called him out for it. It doesn't matter, he still can't hit. Got one. I've had enough bad stuff happen, game. Leave me that goddamn hell alone. See, I just think I keep sort of like hoping for or expecting that like when I hit the steel sickle, it's gonna say it like knocks an item out of their pocket or something along those lines. And that's gonna be how I know that it's doing something and how it works. And how woefully inadequate it is for gathering stuff from enemies. Because that's what I'm feeling right now. Right now I'm feeling like this ability is terrible. And the hit rate on it, when it says occasionally, what it means is I hope you can spam this shit 100 times. Put on your weakest scythe and pray. And of course he got dazzled immediately. Although Dazzle appears to just last a static... God damn it! Not even a static. A random amount of turns, but it's like individual turns. Thank God it is. Of course. Which is interesting, I think. Because the status effect doesn't only just reset at the end of the round of combat. It seems to reset arbitrarily throughout the round of combat as well after an individual turn is taken, just sort of at random points in time. So I think they must have changed the way status effects work at least partially, because I'm pretty sure that shit didn't used to reset until after an entire round had been finished. But now it seems like if enough turns happen before your next turn, there's a chance that if you have something like something like Dazzle on you, it may just wear off. And then you can get your turn normally. Yeah, also, the drop rates in this game are really bad. Almost impressively bad. Of course. Full party. Oh my god. Oh, we got red mold out of one of them. Got red mold. Is that the bottom item or the top item? My other theory is that whatever the bottom item is on these is particularly rare. I may have to dash some of my hopes for tonight against the rocks. Kingdom of Trodain. Okay, so not in the castle. I didn't think those were out here, but... Having not secured a drop from... one of them at any point as well, I will ride about and hope I see them, but I actually don't remember where they are, so... Oh, there's the gold cat. Aw, shit, he was up here on this ledge. Oh, and there's the enemy I was looking for. So they're both down around here. Alright, give me 777 money. Too stunned to move, eh? I don't remember if this guy's strong. I'm just gonna heal up while I can. Then I'm gonna slam him with... Are you telling me that I used that ability like 100 times already tonight? And that's the first time it's propped. That is... such an abysmal success rate. I wonder if there's another condition. Let me read it again, actually. It just says steal items. All equipment and alchemy pod and everything. All of that stuff should count the same as far as... Oh, he knows crackle. Oh, that doesn't hurt too bad. I can't believe it. So there is a special animation for when you get a successful steal with the scythe. And the chance of it occurring is just fucking atrocious. And you can still get an item drop even if you get a steal from it as well. That is really interesting, because I stole a gold ring. That is actually the wildest thing that could have happened just now. I'm kind of reeling. My head. My brain is spinning. I don't know if I'm in time to be able to buy... And I don't remember if they have a scythe here or not. But I want the shittiest scythe I can afford. Crunchyroll on the fritz? Welcome to 70% of their operating time. Stick, club, mallet, sword, boomerang. What if I just bought one of each of these so that I had them? As far as I knew, Crunchyroll, that's just... I think it's their mission statement. I think it's on their website. Like that's their banner ad. We provide downtime so you don't actually stay addicted to our series. Just for you. Looking out for you. They just want to make sure they take care of you however they can. Yeah, but like they do not have what my point is like your anecdotal experience I think is trumped by the overwhelming historical and statistical evidence that they suck ass at running a website and have pretty much since its inception. Like if you type Crunchyroll into a search bar, I'm pretty sure the autofill results are absolutely going to include something to the effect of down, not working, troubleshooting, how to watch. It's going to be filled with shit like that. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, a little different than I would have expected, but you win some, you lose some. I'm doing my best. I'm doing everything I can to rob this slime. Put the shittiest scythe on that I have. Still died in 3 hits. No drop. Alright, well. Can't be too terribly surprised by that. I think the Nug Cat might drop a nugget. And this is where I get to get really crazy and like really start to test some stuff. Now that I'm remembering where these guys were at. Did he respawn again? This is not the right spot. My freaking... What I've realized is that as much as this little stick nub on the new 3DS annoys me, it actually works just fine if you put some kind of cloth over it. So like if I just roll my sleeve down to my fingers and put that in between, so he didn't respawn. I wonder if it's once a play session. I get it. It's much more responsive and much less likely to like get stuck or stop working. Why is it like that? I don't know. I just assume it's a poor quality control stick because it's Nintendo, so of course they had to make it cheap and they use garbage components. So that's my initial assumption, but it works way better if you can put something that some sort of like, you know, maybe a towel or like a little piece of fabric or something. It works way better when I do that. So those hipsters that spawn in this area must only spawn in the evening. I'm not seeing any of them. Ayo. Was that enough O's? Did I put enough O's on that for you? It's hard to tell when there's so many, but I assume I put enough. Excellent. You love to hear it. I wonder if it could be these guys too. What enemy list are they under? Oh, this one too. Leather cape in question mark. Question mark. 16. Yeah, fuck it. I guess I'll just kill them all. Because for all I know, these guys could drop the Devil's Tails too. Alright, well, you got your work cut out for you, Yangus. With any luck, a bunch of those guys will just flee. The one thing I will say about my plan here is that I actually have not been able to confirm, since as far as I can tell it's only ever happened a single time, whether or not it matters that an enemy survives the use of Steel Sickle in order for a chance of stealing the item to work. I have not been able to actually determine if that matters or not. So I am keeping an eye out for that. I am keeping an eye out for the time that I actually do finally get another success. But it... we'll see. And now I think I know for certain as well that Steel Sickle has nothing to do with how likely enemies are to drop items at the end of battle. That's still just that's a random chance. That's a random chance. Nothing you can do about that. So we're at the mercy of the drop rate in some regards. But if Yangus can get steals, it's just crazy that I killed like 40 mini demons and it didn't get a single steal. That's like an insane thing to me. But I'm still not really sure how that even happened. I have an idea, obviously, but it's depressing to think about, so I'm not going to say it out loud. Holy shit. Oh, he survived that? In fact, the more I'm thinking about it, and the more I'm thinking about the testing I've done tonight, something is dawning on me. I didn't get a single steal on any of those mini-demons. But one of them did give me a drop. Am I doing more harm than good by trying to slow farm these drops? By only using Steel Sickle on the enemies that I want to kill with it? Really? Alright, 26 kills and no items on Dancing Devils. And 25 and no items on the Hipsters. I basically just need either a successful steal. Well, yeah. The problem is I'm trying to prove a negative right now with my testing, which is that if my theory of you can't get a steal on an item that dies to steal on an enemy that dies to Steel Sickle. If that theory is true, then attempting to prove that negative is more a function of my my own ability to eventually give up on trying to make it succeed, then the game won't tell me in any other way that it doesn't work that way. I don't know if I like that experiment. I don't know if I like it. Can somebody just answer that specific question for me? Because I think it will be better in the long run if I just know. Like, ideally, I could hold on to my question until I got the upgraded version of it and see if maybe that is better and could potentially yield that information as well, but I feel like maybe it's not worth that. Maybe it's not worth even trying to wait that long. I just kind of want to know right now. So if anybody knows the answer to the question of whether or not Steel Sickle can steal an item when it deals a killing blow to an enemy, it's just a yes or no question. It either can or it can't, and if you know, it can't. So I am wasting my time. I should just attack out if I want to see an item drop at the end. Okay. Well, I think it's better to save the time than to keep struggling against it, so I'm glad I asked. It is disappointing. So if I'm going to one-shot something, there's no point in using Steel Sickle. Okay. Fair enough. It is what it is. And if I'm going to try to get drops from low-level enemies, then I just got to kill lots of them. And that's fine. I need a quick AFK. I'll be right back. Oh, I didn't mute myself. Sorry. Sorry if there was any noises. The 3DS version was changed, so you can still leave on a kill. Yeah, but like you literally like what you say right after that though. It's like if you're just going for items, since only one person can do the button that steals, it's gotta be faster to just go on a murder spree. Like, sure, it might occasionally steal an item, but it seems like even though some of my testing is going to be bad data because it was on kills, and yeah, sure they changed it, but I don't know about you, but even if they change it so it's like, oh yeah, that's half as effective on a kill or something like that, like the drop rate's fucking terrible on that ability as it is. Like the base version of that ability's drop rate is abysmal. The percents and behind the curtain math going on is atrocious. You know what? Just lay it on me. Just lay it on me. I feel like normally I would try not to care too much about it, but based on the fact that I spent all night, like I spent an hour of this stream spamming that ability and got one single success, I kind of have to know. I'm sure it's like level based. Chance to steal is quarter normal drop rate. Well, that's already awful. That's already so bad. Yeah, if you're fishing for rare items, yeah. Is it a quarter normal drop rate on the base steal ability, the one that I already have? Because like I said, in Yangus's Scythe tree, if we go to miscellaneous skill points, Yangus, sides. You see, so steel sickle you get at 22, but stainless steel sickle you get at 7. So is the quarter steel rate only for steel sickle? Is there a better steel rate for stainless? Stainless is half. Okay. So better, but like not that much. And I was right then that better is still garbage. If the drop is like 1%, do they actually, do items have like expressed drop rates like that? Because I feel like there's a chance that they just don't. Fuck you, Moth. I don't want your item. Fuck you. I feel like it's not even tied to the enemies as well. I feel like I'm much more likely to get a medicinal herb from a drop like that than I am the other items, it seems. The more interesting items, like weapons or alchemy pot items or whatever. Part of the reason I think that this is a mistake on Dragon Quest part, I would say. I'm sure part of the logic behind having the drop rate be lower from the steal ability than it is from the regular drop is the idea that stealing the item doesn't stop the enemy from then dropping the item a second time. The problem with that philosophy is nobody wants to farm these fucking enemies 1,000 times to get one rare drop from them. So just let us get the steal chance. The steal chance should be higher. I'm doing a specific action to try to produce a desired outcome. So it's absolutely insane to me that it's worse, even though I'm sure that their dumbass logic was like, oh yeah, but we don't want the player to get 2 of them. Someone has a description, but it doesn't make sense to you. Well, you can copy and paste it. We can see if we can figure it out. Oh, that's poisoned. He'll get better by himself. Stainless steel sickle can only steal the same kind of items a monster can drop and will only steal them at half the drop rate. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm saying is like it won't generate like loot off of a loot table or anything like that. That's all that's saying is there isn't some like loot table or extra item that it can steal that you can't normally get from the drop. It's the same items that drop. Is all that's saying. Yeah, yep. Oh, we got red mold from those guys. Okay. So, what I'm starting to realize as well is that my dream of picking up these devil tails, I think, is bad. I think it's a bad dream, and I should feel bad for having had it. What appears to be occurring is that I'm able to get the normal drops. Well, I mean, the dancing devil hasn't yielded its item yet. 40 kills to get a red mold from a hipster. We already know what the tap devil drops with a leather cape. Yeah, the problem is that like the devil's tail is an enigma to me right now. I really want another one. I really want at least one more. Oh, I don't need to fight these guys. I need to fight the tap dancing ones. I'll try to get their common item drop. That must be how it's split up too. I suspected as much. But it makes sense that they have their common item drop is listed on the top of their bestiary entry, and their rare item is the bottom item that I basically haven't ever gotten on like anything, except for on rare occasions, like super rare, because they're rare items. Get it? What item? Devil tail, or I think. Hold on, it might be devil's tail. It technically acts as an accessory in case that matters. It's used in some... yeah, Devil's Tail, this one. Gives 10 agility and is technically an accessory. This is the item that I want. This is the item that I'm trying to find. I assume it's some enemy in the demon tree that drops them. But my fear is that it's also certainly possible that it is only a rare drop from those enemies, and that's why I keep killing these enemies and never getting the thing that I want. But it would make sense since some of them also have been shown to drop. Fuck! I should have clapped that guy. He was going so slow. They've also been shown to drop the winged bat that I want in some scenarios, so... General, how many enemies can drop X? Well, I think especially if the answer is 0, yes. Oh, wait, oh, they do. They only spawn it at night, not 0. Well, if it's not 0, if there are some enemies... Well, actually, no, what I want from you is a specific answer. I want a specific answer. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 14 demon family enemies in my monster list right now. How many of these 14... Yeah. Normal. Yep. Yeah. Go ahead. You're on the right track. Go ahead. 1 regular drop and 2 rare. Okay, now you know what the regular drop monster is. Is it in this list? Is it visible in this list? I don't care if it's a question mark. Have I already fought one? And can I find it? No. Alright, then I'm wasting my time. I'm not going to get a fucking rare drop. It's just not going to happen. And I don't want to farm rare drops for an item like that all I want it for is to do some alchemy. It's not even a good item. I just want to do alchemy. Ugh, that's miserable. At least I got an extra bat wing. I'm not gonna call that a significant waste of my life. You are not the person that lets me sleep. I am curious. Because I know I'm through I'm at least through 100 enemies, I think, at this point. What's my furthest ID along at this point? I got 5 full pages, 6 full pages, 7 full pages. I'm on page 8. So the Fallen Priest is 157. So is it like, I don't know. Oh, wait, I've got a shadow over here at 170. And then 236 is where the water enemies start. So I assume it's not anything past that. So I feel like honestly, I feel like it can't be, it's got to be somewhere in the vicinity. $183. Okay, never mind. It's further along. All right, I'll just have to hold. I'll just have to hold, even though I have some of the items already. Because like this is tempting to me. Yep, just gotta keep tippy tapping ahead, which is fine. It's fine. I got some money, which was part of the, and like this fallen angel rapier. So this is the problem. See how I need a devil's tail and a wing of bat for that. For the dark robe, devil's tail, wing of bat. For the, where was it? There's another item in here that needs that shit. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I made it. Or maybe it was just a devil's tail that I needed. Magical skirt, imp knife, flowing dress, magical skirt, zombie male, saint's ashes. Scholar cat, Kunoichi, iron headgear, and Mercury's bandana. I should be able to make that pretty easily. Life bracers. Okay, I'm making shit up. I thought I needed another one. But either way, I think it would be handy to have an extra wing of bat and 2 extra devil's tails over what I have right now. In case, I mean, like, this isn't all the recipes in the game either. Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe when I went in here and went to Devil's Tail, I saw, yeah, I can combine it with Saint's Ashes. So it's like, okay, well, that's a thing. I don't even know what that does. Right? And I can combine it with the Battle Fork and the Poison Needle. That makes something that's not in my recipe book. I don't know what that is. So it's like I need a bunch of these things. Tragically. And I have one. And they don't drop for shit. And then it's like the wing and bat, I think, is... Yeah, I can like put that with this. Did I already make this? Okay, that's the mystifying mixture. I don't really care that much about that. Yeah, any usage with the cowpat, okay, those go hand in hand. But it goes with the devil's tail and some stuff I don't have. Cloak of evasion, same. Oh yeah, this goes with an edged boomerang and something I don't have. So it's like, okay, so I need another one of those. Anyway, my point is, I really wanted to spend some time trying to get those items because those I thought would be the most interesting and potentially the most doable. But it turns out they suck ass. It turns out they suck really bad, super duper bad, and I am sad. And we'll just leave it at that. I'm just going to scan through here and see magic armor. I can buy that. Flowing dress, magical skirt. Magical skirt's in this list. Flowing dress isn't, but I haven't seen a flowing dress. Silver platter, re-triggered by gambling once again. Need multiple Mercury bandanas. Mercury's bandana. Those are in high demand. 2 untried recipes need them. And I have the only one I have right now equipped. Because it cost me an agility ring to make it, and I only have one more right now. But I think those might have been purchasable. Something that I actually really miss from Dragon Quest. It might be 4, 5, and 6 had this feature that this game doesn't, and 7 also didn't have, is the shop lists. The shop lists from the map. Wait, are there shop lists from the map? Can I tap on, like, where's a town? Is that a town? Hold on, I might need the stylus. Something is popping up. Is that an untranslated name of that place? It is. No way. I can't even tap on Fairbury. Some of the towns have... Okay, maybe only a couple of them do. I can't get that one to work either. What about Mile Abbey? That one doesn't work. That one doesn't work. Simpleton doesn't work. Okay, that's even stranger. Huh. Even weirder. What an oddity. I think those might be like untranslated or like garbage characters that are being shown when you click on Port Prospect in Alexandria, but it appears to not work for any other location, which is so strange to me. What was I? Okay, let's go to Arcadia. I need to check through their shops. Because I think part of why I wanted to murder the gold golems tonight was with the intention of being able to afford some upgrades that I still can't afford. Before I head out from this town to go further north and track down the wild doggo that took my staff. Insert what the dog doing. Yeah, there's a Hell Scythe and a Bastard Sword. That are quite expensive. The Magic Bikini is here. Do I have any sellable items that I could get like some quick cash money from? Those slime crowns are worth quite a bit. Why are they worth so much? Oh. Really? Those don't drop? I thought I got a slime crown drop from something. Huh. Alright, fair enough. Looking through equipment for anything I might have in a green. Oh, I got a couple common monster coins. That helps. That gold nothing nugget's worth 5k, huh? Okay, that's pretty good. Some of these cheeses are quite valuable. I could fork over a couple of gold. Well, no. I shouldn't. It's okay, so that's weird because I know the fishnet stockings are a drop. They're an enemy drop. I got them from a siren, I think. So it's weird that it would be warning me. So I think this slime crown may have been an enemy drop. But I suppose I will heed the game's warning. So I just straight up don't have enough money to buy anything I was hoping for. Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'll get more money. Let's go. I haven't even really explored this top area. I'll end up fighting enemies. We'll get money. I'm fine. Let's at least try to get a little bit of... Did I fight him? Hey, have I taken your lunch money yet? Hey, come here. No, come here. Poisonous sniper? I don't remember. I know I avoided fighting a lot of enemies in this area because Jessica wasn't in the party. I already took his lunch money. Alright, let's grab... I don't know if I fought one of these. Griffins. I don't remember if the Warhammer or the axe is better. Does that cost MP? Nice. Cool that that first attack whiffed. good damage. 96 gold coins. It's not good return on investment. Orc Kings. Oh, did that second hit crit? Did that say it did 85? Oh, cool. Stop. This guy's worth a little bit more. How much are you worth? Hey, Golem. Kind of just went down. 75. Not great. These guys are... I either decided they were new or not new. $166. Pretty good amount of experience that they were worth. I think I did end up fighting one of these guys because they're really fast. And I wasn't using Bomrin. Metal Slash boys. These motherfuckers are so annoying. I'd say that's all the new-ish looking enemies that I've seen. But I do know I left some enemies unencountered in the tower as well. But I was gonna take a quick run up. Just look for some of those, because they're Not hard to find. I don't. I might not even need to go up the tower. I may be able to just check the ground floor here, right on the inside. I think these are Jabberwocky, aren't they? Yeah. I'll try to get rid of them. That's right. Damn, that's a crit. On a regular attack. Oh my god. You know what? Maybe it's mostly enemies that were just outside. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything new. Okay. Easy enough. All right, let's go north. Thought maybe I saw a chest for a second, but I didn't. $12,512. Is that a house? Whose house is out here? Oh, no, it's a church. Right next to somebody who's about to give me some money. Money time. Money gang. Whoa. Whoa, hey, now. A lot of you lads. Metal slash. Helm splitter. Metal slash. Boom. Okay. This poor cursed slime just wandering around. The Angel of Curing. I want to see if this actually gives me a hit. Okay. 3. Ah, the heal on that's terrible. Okay. Silver monster coin, 372.35. No. Interesting idea having potentially somebody who could cure in combat, especially with something like full heal. Like full heal is kind of good, but I also know how MP intensive it is, and I don't know that I could like rely on it getting used at the right times. Chapel of Autumn and Snow Country. I don't know if I could rely on a curse sign like that using it well, and it doesn't have enough HP to survive until the time when I would. Oh, you're new. When I would want to use it on one of my allies. Is it swinging hipsters, Chayla? Ouch. I guess you already told me what the entry number is, so I can just look at that. It's probably not these guys. I just want to believe. Yeah, it's not that. 152. Oops. Oh no, we're good. Thought I accidentally confirmed that. I just long to believe in a thing that can't be real. I just want to pretend like it could be possible. That actually I could get exactly what I want, and it would be super easy, and wouldn't require me to kill 1,000 enemies to get a single drop. I just want to believe. Is it smart or realistic? No. Whoa, whoa, hey, whoa. Do I care? No. I appreciate that they actually made Falcon Slash good for something other than just like trying to murder slimes. I should have Dragon Slashed him. Didn't matter. Oh, whoa, hey, there's a ledge there. J-Hit, what are you streaming tomorrow? I think they're new. Pretty sure they're new. I don't know if that does extra damage. I don't care. Just swoosh these guys. That thing died. Those things died. Oh my god, I got an extra winged bat. You have got to be kidding me, game. I can't believe that. Gloopy Groupie. Are you gonna call in a bunch of slimes? I want him to be a slime king. Very badly. With a name like Gloopy Groupie, it's destined to be, right? He autoed me. Alright, I think this thing's about to get absolutely ruined. Yep. Jessica's probably gonna go for the one hit. Can you kill it in a single frizzle? While I whiff more... Oh, alright, answered that one. Yes. Sorry, Gloopy Groupie. I don't know what you're doing here. You had 89 hit points. Why is he here? Why is he here? The poor little guy. He did not deserve what I just did to him. I thought maybe he would call friends with a name like Gloopy Groupie and glomp into a king slime. The fact that he didn't make all that tension spamming that I did, just an abundant amount of overkill. Oh, don't fall. No, 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 no. I already went all the way around. No. Okay. It happened. We can recover. Man, if you don't do that cat side quest, how do you even keep playing this game? Actually, question for the PS2 knowers that may or may not be paying attention. Can you get Saber Cat in the original game? The original version? And if so, is there any chance that it actually helps with the random encounter problem of the base game? Of the original game, PS2 game. Wrong button. Doesn't matter. No knowers, huh? No knowers paying attention. I'm not too shocked. It is late-ish. Things are quieting down for tonight. I actually probably need to check and make sure that my group is ready. And get logged in so that I don't make them wait too long for me. Because it is time. You're tucked in already? Sorry, you don't feel good. That's okay. I mean, I wouldn't even, if you wanted to look it up, that would have been fine. But I would not consider you a PS2 knower. You know what I mean? Not your fault, but like you didn't get very far in the game. You haven't played it before, all the way to the end. So I wouldn't have expected you to chime in unless you did a little Googling. A little bit of Googling. What is my best? Actually, you know what? My best bet probably is this, and we'll switch these. Actually, I take that back. Zap, and that, and this, and that. Might kill everything. Okay, the boom was overkill. Well, I hope you feel better. Get some sleep. If you're already drifting off to sleepy time, I have good news, because I do need to stop. I know it's another short stream, because I'm a failure and a rotten, no good garbage streamer, but I gotta pretty much call it there for tonight. Let me check and make sure that the homies are grouping up. Yeah. Looks like more or less everybody's ready, so I gotta at least get logged in. So we'll probably have to call it there. But we're gonna play more Dragon Quest tomorrow, as we do, as you know we do. So we'll probably save at this nice little chapel here. I'm gonna investigate it really quick. See if there's anybody cool. There's a bard here. I want to see what they have to say about life, the universe, and everything. Cave Northwest, place of snow. I see. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that they might have a spot I could sleep here. Part of the church song sounds like Deck the Halls. True and surprisingly real. I think that's supposed... I mean, that's on purpose, though. Like, Deck the Halls is a Christmas hymn, right? Well... Is it a hymn? It's not a hymn, is it? It's just a Christmas song. It's not really, like, directly associated with, like, the religious part of Christmas. Huh. But you're right, it does sound a little bit like it. Actually, we'll do a quick little naparoonie here. And then we'll save it up. Sorry, it was a bit of a short one, guys. But like I said, sometimes it's life and sometimes I just suck. Sometimes it's a mixture of both. I do my best to try to stream around the time that I set aside for it, but it doesn't always happen, so. That was kind of the way tonight went. And I feel bad about it, but I can't really change it, and I'm out of time for tonight, so we will stream more tomorrow, and I will do my best to be here for you guys to hang out, chill, relax, etc. And more Dragon Quest then, and then we're starting Red Dead Redemption 2 on Sunday. That's all I got. Thanks for hanging out and watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day or night, or whatever time it might be for you. And I will see you guys later.